Hey, what's going on, everyone? Pretty good start of the week. Looking at the open here, it's a little later than usual on the dollar, as it's opening inside the previous candle. Yesterday's candle closed on its lows, and this thing wants to bounce. It's coming into resistance all up in here. So see how that works out. Weekly looks like a turnover off that 13. It looks like support coming in under $1, but we got this previous high over here and this previous high. Looks like it might be bouncing off this previous range. But it's likely to come down into support somewhere, if not already. But on the weekly chart, you can see the bullish retracement back into support. So see if it holds here or it comes down into previous break. And it looks like a pretty nice bounce so far. Starting today, see on the hourly chart, we got previous lows coming in at 122. So let's see if the hourly chart can get over this spot where resistance is. It looks like on the open it gapped open into resistance, so it might be another bearish retracement on the intraday. As far as the month goes, you can see the breakout and the retracement all the way back in. So see if it'll bounce. We got support 13 and 8 coming in. And on the monthly, we do have a double top working. So right now it's bearish on the long term. Should catch support here. Let's see what happens. S&P. Nothing much. Daily. Let's get these lines out of the way. Daily still working. S&P still working that reverse head and shoulders. Looks like a bounce off the 34 SMA today. Look for previous high breaks, also previous low breaks, as that, again, that support line is pretty steep. So we'll see if it'll hold. My bet is that is a reverse head and shoulders top. And we'll be coming down into previous support lines. But it's got to break down first. It's at support still. Dow Jones, same thing. Hasn't broken down yet. Looks like a nice bearish retracement back into resistance. That looks like a nice bearish retracement. Look for previous low breaks on the Dow. Again, that line is way steep. No line of support, just a very thin line of support. How steep that is. The steeper the line, the easier it is to slice through. Looks like NASDAQ came through support and now it's at resistance. We'll see if we got a triple top here. 3 wicks pointing up. See if it's lost its gas. Weekly still a little steep. Plenty of room to come back into support. Looks like it's just going sideways, trying to break new highs. And for the month, nice break. Not sure where resistance is. Looks like it broke previous highs. That's pretty good. See if it'll close the month out above previous highs. Then it's all a go for this one. Pretty sluggish. A little sideways action for the past few days. A nice little rounding top. See if this will hold. Got support at 5,000. Gold. Gold make a 2-bar reversal, came across the 8, popped. Now we got a double top. Now it's coming in. See if this will grab support. Real quick like. Anything could happen. Still waiting for this to reach its natural point of return into previous lows. Right now we're above previous lows over here, so we got support. And where's that support? Let's call it 12.13. We're at 12.16, 12.17. See if it'll come down into support. We've got to break previous highs. Last week's highs we did for a moment and came back in. Here's the previous highs where you need to break. Came across, little sideways action, double bottomed, came up, back into support. Look for a flat top break. So to push higher this week. Anything could happen. Retracement back in. The longer we stay above that weekly 13, the more likely it's going to keep going. But this can always come back into support, and it can always turn back in and come into support as this needs to come across a little bit more. So it is far from its support level. So at any time it could come back into support. Hopefully we hold 12 for the rest of the week. And the rest of the month, we got the rest of this week and Monday and Tuesday next week. Close out the month. See if we can close above previous highs. Previous high is at, looks like 18, 12.18 it looks like, I don't know, close. Silver. Silver, same thing, we need to get above previous highs into previous lows. I'm hoping this reverse head and shoulders will pop, making this the left shoulder. As it comes down, makes a head, comes back in, blows it out. Nice stair step into the bottom there, churned. Need to break into previous lows. Stay above that 13. Let that 8 come across. Daily. Look for that flat top break. So it looks like it went over, but it got rejected at the same time. But a nice push off that 8. Nice U. I was thinking that was going to be a very tight U and then explosion. So it looks like it got rejected. Hopefully it'll hold the daily support line. 17, it's got to hold 17. Looks like it's coming back in for today. Copper. Copper, I noticed this, I left that there, I guess. Little cup and handle right there. Look for previous high breaks. Yep. 5 cents off. You can also see the volume dropping off. So look for a volume break. Previous high breaks. Bitcoin, looks like Bitcoin's coming back into support. Looks like it's below its confirmed candle, coming back in. Plenty of support right here. As this popped across, the 8's coming over the 13, price will meet it, make a splash, and it's off to the races again. You can see the left shoulder, and then now the right shoulder. Previous high breaks. And back into support. Looks like crude is still having some trouble. Let's see. Weekly. Looks like crude's just hanging on a thread right there on its support line. Huge rounded top there. Thinking it needs to come back into support sometime. But it's bounced. It's bounced. It has this reversal bar too. So look for previous low breaks. And look for bounces off support. Shanghai Composites working off that hammer here. Look for previous high breaks, busting over resistance. It's got to make a new high. Nice U coming in. Nice bounce, reversal bar off of support. Nice hammer right over support. And it opened up today. See if it'll keep going. Actually, that was a weekly chart. We're still working off this reversal bar here. So look for another come across into support. Gather its legs, come again. Looks healthy. Especially that weekly hammer right across support. That was pretty badass. Look for previous high breaks. Looks like it got rejected on this high here. Got rejected. We do have a cross coming, the 8 coming across that 13. But this U could close above all of that resistance in no time. Looks like we've got a bearish retracement continuation. Not much of a continuation, little stutter step. Look for previous low breaks on the Treasury note. 10-year Treasury right there. And the cross coming across. The gap open, filled the gap. So let's see if it turns around and holds. It's got to hold here. Otherwise, look out below. Let's go back to the weekly and see how that. That looks like a bearish retracement there. It's got support on the way down, but those lines are pretty steep. Could come back into the previous breaks, no problem. It's got to hold support. Got a double bottom working at 230. Nikkei, same thing, came across that 8, now it's closing. A little continuation, we got a double top working on the weekly. There's bearish retracement right there. Came across, bearish retracement right as the 8 was churning over the 34, and it just came across, looked for previous low breaks. We got support down into the 18.5 range. Came across, back into resistance, and now the continuation. Little coal action, nice double bottom, looks like it wants to go. Just one thing to notice is that nice 8 making that cross, that J curve cross. So I expect a little pop into resistance. Nice double bottom, pop into resistance. And it looks like it's on the lower level of the channel on the weekly chart. We got plenty of resistance on the way up, but it did come down into support, came across support and closed above, and then double bottom right there. So look for momentum to keep going into resistance. You never know, it looks pretty weak though. Daily looks good, maybe a pop into resistance and then a fall apart, I don't know. Consolidating over the 34. Watch that that daily pop into resistance, see what happens. It's got to close above resistance, make things work. Look for a previous high break on that flat top. See how AG did today. Gotta get that left shoulder popping, or the right shoulder popping. Flat top breaks. I thought it was going to happen today. Last night, gold and silver were pretty heavy, but we didn't see much action coming out of these things. Let's see, AG closed 3% up. Figured that would have done a lot better. Cliff came down into support. Got a hold. Set this double top now. See if it'll hold. Nice U there, pop. Came back into support. See if this will follow it on up. Let's see. Clips on a monthly needs to hold support. Came across the 34, and now it needs to hold support. Little bearish retracement as the 8 comes across. See what happens. GDX. Now this is why I'm bullish on gold and silver. It's because of that monthly chart. GDX is confirmed. It's got to stay above previous high. But we have a bullish retracement, and now this U is going to come in, hopefully, and follow it on the way up. It'll be a huge flat top break. But this is why I'm bullish on gold and silver. I mean, someone mentioned in the comments that I'm like one of the only sites that are bullish. It's because of the long-term charts. This bullish cross over the 34, back into support, and now the pump. See if we can get above that 8, break previous highs over here, and it's off to the races. Get a flat top break right there, 32. Bam, bam. And it's right there, not too far away. Could happen in a day. Who knows? GDX, same thing. These are why I'm bullish. I don't think JNUG or Nugget's going to come in very well on the monthly, but it has that same bullish breakout, bullish retracement, consolidation phase, and now it came all the way to a bottom. Now it's above previous highs, making this a 3-bar pattern if it can just get up a little bit more on the monthly chart. And GDX daily, nice flat top break, easy peasy. You see that left shoulder, right shoulder, consolidated, nice U. Right over previous highs, nice. GDXJ is a little slacking. You can expect it to follow. Nugget, flat top break, confirming all these reverse head and shoulders bottoms. JNUG, not quite there yet, but I'm pretty sure that this thing's just going to explode out of there. I mean, that's pretty wound tight. Now we're above support again. Another thing to notice, reverse head and shoulders on the weekly chart, breaking in the previous lows. Once it does that, we can use that whole range here, ride it all the way up. Looks like Deutsche Bank's still going. Looks like reverse head and shoulders at the top might be breaking out. It's breaking above previous highs. Now it's got a short way to go, but now it's got support. Previous highs, previous highs, previous highs. Got support all the way down now. Nice little pop there. This looks like a continuation there. Someone must have paid off their debts. Nice little pattern. And tight. It's really tight in there. It's going to pop. Let's see what uranium's doing this week. See if we can get above EMA 8 and that balance point. The balance point coming all the way across. See if we can get above that spot. If it does, it could be off to the races. It's got to fill that gap. So look for resistance at the gap. Back at 3. Looks like it could be at support, but got to hold. Nice U in the pop. Nice consolidation here. Looks like it's ready. Could be ready. But for previous high breaks, you do have resistance on the way up and that gap to fill. You get resistance at the start of the gap and at the finish. So lots of resistance on the way up, but nice U pop, nice consolidation, right? Nice, looks like another U coming across. See what happens. UEC is my other favorite uranium. This one's a little tight too. Coming across that line. Nice hammer. Looks like it's consolidating. Break that top line. See that U. It's pretty healthy. I like uranium, especially for the long-term chart. Coming across. Nice pop across the 34 on the monthly chart on UEC. And uranium resources has not even started to get going yet, which is amazing considering. Too hard to tell on a monthly. This might take a little while. It might consolidate all the way back into support. You never know what's going to happen. But look for previous high breaks, especially across that balance point. As you can see, it got rejected and then got rejected again. Look for resistance at the gaps. Follow it up. That looks like an accumulation right there. Let's see. Let's take a quick gander at some mining stocks. Top one was URRE, but it's so thinly traded. Can't get much out of this. My feed is not good enough. GDX, again, let's look at all. What's going on with my crap? Sluggish internet. Come on now. Oh, it's going to take forever. I got a half-day candle, 196 minutes, I believe. I got the daily down here. I got the 60-minute, and I got my longer term over here, which I can change this up so I can change it how I want it. Pretty cool. Let us look at the ones that closed on their highs. UBQU. Looks like it had a little drop off at the end there. It's probably just a paint the tape kind of situation. On a monthly chart, you'll see I'm looking for a 3-cent break. Pretty nice volume on this thing. JNUG. Oh, it's going to take forever. Looks like my internet's not working too well. So I wanted to go through these. I think something's wrong with my connection. There it goes. You can see on the daily, the breakout, flat top break. Right there. Broke out, came into support, and bam! Nice little throwback. Confuse everybody. Now, on the weekly, let's go monthly. It's closing on its highs. And it's likely to go all the way up. Who knows where this thing's going? Looks like it was all the way at 362. Says it's closing on its highs. What the hell's going on here? I don't know. Someone mentioned GDSST. Let's take a long look at this one. And this is the bearish miners. Look for previous low breaks. Oh, I can't tell what's going on. I'll have to redo this. Sorry, I'm wasting your time on this. I can't see what the hell's going on. Gotta redo. Let's switch back. Dang it. Here's GDST. This is the 3 times bearish, inverse, whatever you want to call it. I'd look for previous low breaks, as it's already closing below previous lows. Closing above or below the 8. Looks like a continuation in fashion. Look for previous low breaks. It's already closing below the previous lows. It doesn't fare well. That's it, guys. Hopefully I'll get my charts fixed. I don't know what's going on yet. But thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I think I'm at 1,500 people, which is amazing. And I'll talk to you soon. See ya.